Not only was I not able to recover the record that I, like, beat all of this, but also, in the process of trying to recover the record that I beat all of this, I also lost the record that I beat Whispering Cliffs last week. I promise I beat this. There's a VOD of it. But I don't think we're ever getting... I don't think we're ever getting a satisfying all scenarios cleared save file. Unfortunately. However this game saves its files, it's like smarter than you. Like you can't... I was unable to back it up and restore it. Not even the T data was like working, so that's weird. So, I don't know, that sucks. But we did beat Whispering Cliffs, and today we'll be doing Three Monkeys Park, which I already looked at. We'll start the timer. It is a straightforward 1,400 guests by the end of year 3, which 1,400 is actually on the high end of what they usually ask for in these, I think. So I might have to do a little bit of gaming. We'll see, though. It looks like they start us with... Oh, is it the... Yeah. This is like the see no evil, hear no evil thing. Yeah, so we start with the Three Monkeys roller coasters. Are they synchronized? Do we start with 3 synchronized roller coasters? That's really cool, actually. Where are they even? Oh yeah, they come from here. Well, first of all, can I charge more for them? Like how much are they charging? We can up that, surely. I don't want to up it too far because we don't know how old this ride is technically. Because it was here at the start of the scenario. So we can't just, like, crank it way up, but we probably could crank it way up, honestly. I mean, actually, the way it's running right now, its income... Okay, no, it's not. It should be a profitable ride. I don't know why that's in the negatives right now. It should be profitable, probably. Yeah, honestly, I spent the first 21 scenarios talking about how I wanted to build some kind of, like, 6 synchronized coasters, and I don't think I ever did it. What have we got? I think I never managed to get around to doing that. Well, we figured out last time that the wooden side friction roller coaster is a big piece of garbage, so I'm not going to be building those. Maybe, how much money do I have? Let's go ahead and max my loan. Oof, that's not that much money to start with. What else is even in this park? This is just like a massive path network for nothing. Well, I guess I'll just start building. We don't have any... There's no food, and there's no bathrooms or anything like that. We'll have to build that stuff. Well, first of all, information kiosk, so I can start getting money when it rains. Turn that on. Get this up. Really wish you could just type this in, but you can't. Alright, great. Same price throughout park. This will eventually be profitable, probably. And the food is... We don't have any food. Oh, okay, well... Everyone better not get hungry then, I guess. What do we have for clients? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I guess I'll leave everything else. Max funding. Do we have people working here? Sort of. We've got one handyman for this entire massive path network. Sure, that'll do. That'll do for now. Well, I feel like log flumes are pretty effective. Maybe we honestly start with one of those. Actually, we start with, where is it? Always start with the merry-go-round, just so that the game isn't so awkwardly quiet. Where am I sticking this thing? If I put it here, would that be weird? It's like... Yeah, that looks like crap. That's not staying. Get rid of that. The whole entrance to the park is like over water, though. This whole bit of land is like not usable. There's a lot of not usable land here just because they've already built a really low-hanging roller coaster on it that's like kind of dense. Guess I'll just stick it here. Whatever. Actually, no. Entrance back here, exit here. No, there's no robots wearing ties, unfortunately. That would be cool, though. But also, I don't work in a tower. I think I have to do this. And then that's still not good enough. This hill is really annoying. I'm gonna have to dig a little bit. There we go. We did in, like, training. Well, I'm still in training, but we did in basics, like, the very initial part of training. There was an entire, like, multi-day-long lesson on how planes work, which, I mean, I can now tell you not only how the plane itself works, but also how all of the instruments on the dashboard of a plane work, except nowadays, it's all just a computer, so... Lamau, I guess, but, you know, in a traditional sense, I can tell you how all of it works. Or at least I could. I've kind of forgotten now, but did have to do all of that. Man, that's still in the way. That counts as in the way. What if I put it here? What if I put it here? Alright, perfect. That'll do. I'll stick the entrance here. And, exit here, sure. This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be really weird. Oh, yeah, ew, because it's gonna have... Hang on. Can you, like... Yeah, that's better. Whatever I've just done, that's better. Now, how do I get this onto the path? Can I just do this? Are they just gonna let me get away with this? They actually do just let you get away with that. Awesome. There's that. I'm gonna change the color so it's not the same as the roller coaster that's right next to it, because that's weird looking. Nowadays, all I have to know is basically what, well, it is important to know what kind of plane has what kind of engine in it, because that actually affects their routing. But also, like, what planes are faster than which other planes, so that you know what you're doing with that. You don't want to accidentally sequence a dude who's much faster behind a guy who's much slower, or, you know, your decision making will be affected by how fast you know the plane is going to climb, that kind of thing. Hey, Ludicrous. And hey, Zero, thanks for the congrats. We are back to Rollercoaster Tycoon. It's finally happening again. I'm going to just cut this part of the path off. Wait, hang on. Now they can't escape. Hold up. But I'm totally going to put a no entry sign there because that little garden is just like a dead end. That's just going to confuse the people. I'm going to stick that right there. No entry. The people are too... Wait, but then that's... Oh, well, that's the... Yeah, no. I'm honestly just gonna... Whoops, I just killed those people. No, they're fine. They have been run over by a roller coaster, but they're fine. Maybe they just boarded the coaster. Where are they? No, they're like in there now. This is weird. I don't know how to feel about this. How do I get them out? Once the ride goes, maybe I can like get in there with the cursor. But yeah, they're like stuck. Heading for the merry-go-round. Okay, got one. Hopefully everyone's left this garden in the back now. There's still one more guy. Awesome. Yeah, I got you. I got you. You were a handyman, I think. Why are you set to water gardens? Do not do that. Please just let all the plants die. Well, I only have 2 employees right now, so perfect, honestly. There you go. And... there you go. Congrats, you've both been drafted into the park repair service. Too expensive or something? Why are they... I want to go on something more thrilling. Okay, the people don't like these rides for babies. I think I gotta build an actual roller coaster here. I mean, I do, because we're at 345. I need 1,000 guests. We're gonna need a lot of roller coasters, even. I kind of want to start with the suspended single rail, because they're cool. I think they're supposed to be bad, but they're so cool. Oop, not there. Top of the hill. Hey, Blue Sea. I'm just gonna have to delete all these trees and replace them later. Yep. Last week I did this on Wednesday, but generally speaking, this will be every Tuesday for the rest of my life, or at least until I'm done with all the scenarios. So, you know, another 64 weeks of it. That really tree? Oh, that's tree in the way. Which tree? Oh, that tree. Okay, that gets me to 13. We can probably go one more up. That get me over? It does get me over. Hang on, in that case, can we wait till here and just get like a little bump up and over the track there? Oh, but that's like colliding right with that. That's no good. That is actually no good. Roller coaster in way. Okay, this works. Well, there's 86 total. It's written on the left side of the layout. There are 86 total. I have beaten 22 of them. So that's where we're at. This ground in the way. Raise or lower land first, man. I'm gonna have to dig pretty deep into this hill for this. Is this worth it? Is this really worth it? What they're making me do. Look what they're making me do. Cycle railway, that's new. Oh, and then that doesn't even work because of that. Unless, no. Unless, no. Nope, this just doesn't even work. I built this for no reason. What do we have for special? We have nothing for special. Hear me out. This is going to be an S-bend then. S-bend it left. And now it's going to work. Yeah, there we go. Gotta be careful with like the uphills on this, because I know we've had problem with these suspended coasters in the past, just like not working at all. Maybe this, and then we go around here. Let's see, that's at 12. We actually don't have to go very far. Bit more than that. There we go, and then up. And then there we go. Hopefully this just works. I think everyone has to hear my questionable opinions on Yakuza every day, regardless of whether or not they even ask. Because that's 60% of what I talk about. But I don't know. My questionable opinions are well documented. The older games are better. I'm a big fan of the PS2 games. Known defender of Yakuza 1 for PS2 here. Oof, like that's not necessarily gonna make it. That's a little questionable. I think we're gonna let this run. I think we're gonna let this run anyway, but that's quite sketchy. What are the stats on it? Actually, we have to know. The stats are garbage. The stats are total garbage. That is such a suspended rail coaster thing to say. The newer games do have better graphics, but they're bad. I don't know. The other day I saw a post in Discord from a notorious Discord poster who I'm constantly beefing with. Nah, I saw a post from someone. Hang on. Here we go. I saw a post from someone, because the other day, Sega, I guess they had some kind of earnings report, maybe. But the other day, Sega did some kind of thing where they said the sales numbers for all of their games. And when they did that, they revealed that Kiwami 3 and Pirate Yakuza did not sell 1 million. Those games have not sold over 1 million copies, whereas Gaiden and the turn-based ones have. And someone on Discord was making a big fuss about how that must mean that the turn-based games are better and what people want, and the action games were always bad the whole time. And I was dying a little bit. Yeah, they were like, wow, it seems like people only want the turn-based games then. This is what I've always been saying. And I'm like, oh my god. That is a question. It was not bait. I've known this person for many years, and this was not bait. This was not bait. They are very good at coming up with really questionable opinions and misreading things. But, I don't know. I had to hold myself back a little bit. But, yeah, I feel like the pirate... I mean, K3 had negative buzz around it. K3 had, like, negative aura, for sure. Like, people were, like, not happy with that. And, like, the pirate game, I feel like the reception to the pirate game was very muted. Like, from my perspective as a moderator of the speedrun, right? Well, I actually don't moderate that speedrun, but as someone who is involved in the speedrunning community, I feel like it's telling that not a soul gives a shit about Pirate Yakuza in the speedrunning community. Absolutely nobody cares about that game. Nobody cared about that game when it had just come out. Nobody cares about that game today. So it's like, you know... That seems like a bad sign for sales figures, but I don't necessarily think it's because people don't like action games. You know, after all, they sold 1 million with Gaiden, but... I'm still gonna make it $5, even though the stats are garbage. I mean, I think it probably doesn't help K3 as well that the actual 3 has been on sale for so long and has been on so many steep discounts that, like, who on earth is like, oh, perfect, now I mean, 3 with, kind of with 3, but, like, I think a lot of people had just already played 3 and are not such big 3 fans that they're hyped to buy a remake of it, you know? Especially given that, like, it is kind of a crusty game, but it's not so crusty. Like, it is an identifiable modern game. So when you remake it, it just looks like when they did those remakes of The Last of Us, to me at least, where it's like, you've remade an already new game into a still new game. Like, why did they do it? Like, it just... So I think there's just a lot of things working against K3 from a sales perspective. But I don't think that it not being turn-based is the reason why it didn't sell. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I mean, there was so much... people were asking for a 3 remake forever. Like, people were asking for it for a long time, but I feel like it was like... I don't know. It's like people who already played it and weren't gonna buy a remake who were asking for the remake. It's like people who are already fans and who played the original and thought it was bad, who were like, this needs a remake, this needs a remake. I don't know if there were probably people out there who were like waiting for a remake to come out to play it. But where am I sticking this log flume? Yeah, apparently, in those sales figures, they did say that Crossworlds, like, failed to meet their expectations, even though it also sold, like, 3 million copies and is one of their best-selling games of recent years. And that's like come on now, Sega. Like that is so Sega. That is so peak Sega to me. Just like, come on. Guest 834 is lost. Oh, it's the guy who's stuck inside the roller coaster still. Yeah. There he is. He wants to go home. Hang on, I got you, bro. Right here. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, this is my thing. I'm about to launch into the game design rant. Everyone who's heard this a million times, go get a snack or something, and you can come back when it's over. But like, the way they make their games now, where like you're forced to engage with the filler, really does not spark joy. I wish they would stop doing that. I really wish they would stop doing that. I'm gonna end up building this whole thing underground, because, I don't know. I just am. It's where we've got space. You know what? This is just gonna dump down into, like, the basement. We're going way down with this one, so I've got room to work. Yeah, like, I still haven't actually beaten K3. I put the game down for quite a while because I got to the end of chapter 4 and Kiryu's like, I guess I'd better help the high side girls before I go. And then it's like, no, you don't have to do that. They don't have anything to do with anything. Kiryu, why are you helping them? And then it's like, welp, guess I'm recruiting 500 girls and going through 80 different events and all of this stuff. And it's just like, ugh, man. I just want to go beat up Hasebe, man. It's just, I don't know. Just my opinion, but, like, damn. I still not. We really have to lower this even more. A lot of land sculpting going on. I'm spending so much money on it too. Oh my god, it's like grabbing the wrong corner over and over again. We're only trying to get to... Oh, we're trying to get to 15 here? Jeez, okay. There. Let's bend left. And there you go. That is a mid log flume if I have ever seen one. Wow, line is packed for that thing. Stats are like probably bad, but I don't even think it's possible to build a log flume that doesn't work because all of the hills are chain lifts automatically. Souvenir stall now available. Man, imagine how cool it would be to have built this over the over that little existing like overpass. Just do that. The mine stuff. What mine stuff? Oh, Mine. I'm completely wrong context. Completely wrong content. No, I have not played, what's it called? Dark Ties. I haven't gotten to it. Thinking about Minecraft. Apparently. Well, that'll make me a bunch of money, hopefully. Really, the issue here is we just need to build enough rides to, like, generate 1,400 guests. It's very hard to have that many guests without having 600 park rating. But we have to build all those rides without running into horrible cash management issues. Like, how much money was that? That was like a $5,000 log flume or something. Maybe not. I think these two rides combined cost $5,000. I should color this, by the way. Yo, Blue Sea, thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate it a ton. This is going to be the most hideous ride imaginable. Actually, that's fine. Okay, everyone's still lining up to get on those. Do we still not have food? Did I ever make a food stall? I still don't have access to food. Everyone's gonna become hungry and leave. I wonder if this is like part of the gimmick of this scenario, that we're just never gonna get a food stall. We unlocked. Yeah, there we go. The Cycle Railway. This is an expansion ride. I've never built one of these before. It's listed as a gentle ride, so I don't think I want to mess with that right now. I think we got to keep building coasters for the early game. And then like later on I can mess with gentle rides and things like that. Yeah, I have all this land out here. I have a massive amount of land to expand to in the back that I should be using. But imagine if I just fit the ride in. That would look terrible. Yeah, sorry. We check all bags at the door. No food or drink from outside is allowed inside the park. You can buy an $8 bottle of water once you're inside the park. Too high for supports. Hey, Ketrub. Got that poking out the back now. This is probably okay. I don't want to end the ride yet, though. I have to do more digging. It doesn't quite fit. Man. Just... Is this even acceptable? I have no idea if this is gonna work. Also, I kind of have no idea how we're gonna get this thing to the ending now. Oh, here we go. I know exactly how. Let's do this. Don't have room for that. It's just gonna be lame. And go like that. Alright, cool ride, cool ride. See if it works. These are really prone to not working. Water slide now available. Maybe I just need to like max out investment in food stalls, but the customers will stop being so hungry. Okay, nothing over 3 Gs though. Why did the coaster just crash? The heck? Oh, it couldn't get over this hill in the back. That's why. Not enough power to get over the hill. Hang on, we gotta watch that again. Are we even close, or is it like not even close? It's like decently close, but... Thanks, Under the Skin. Appreciate it. I guess I can just do this. It's a bit weird, but I guess I can just do that. I think that this hill's not gonna work, though. Hang on. Honestly, I'm just gonna rework the whole end of the ride, because the whole end of the ride sucks. I think that we gotta go... not quite so high up. Yeah, guests are hungry. I know. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, we have a lot of park fix work to do after this. The park is not okay. We're trying to get to 13 and we're at 15 here. We'll just go to 14 then. Alright, let's try this. You make money when people ride rides, though. We're charging per ride. You can also charge for the park entrance, but if you charge for the park entrance, you're pretty much dooming yourself to a cash flow issue later on. Because once people are in your park, they no longer spend any money. So then you're just like basically hoping for them to leave immediately so that you can get new people in the park so that they can spend the money. It's just like weird. Okay, so that's also bad. Really, you just don't... You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna make the hill taller. I'm gonna see if I can make this hill a little taller. Yeah, because I totally can. That'll give me some extra power to work with. And now it's this weird lumpy hill. That also means I could probably fix this hill now and make it less stupid looking. This weird flat top. Yeah, honestly, if you set a really high entrance fee, then you get only the highest quality customers. And then because you know they were rich enough to afford the entrance fee, you charge them like 30 bucks for each balloon. This game does not work that way, unfortunately. Okay. Okay. But there's no way they're making it over this. Yeah, no. Still have to do the weird flat top hill, even with the adjustments. Guests are getting lost or stuck. Yeah, I know. The path network that they give you at the start of the scenario is kind of garbage. Okay, and he makes it. And he does not make that. How about I just remove this hill? We're making the ride much lamer here. Maybe that'll give me a little bit of extra power. Trying to squeeze like every bit of speed I can out of this. We're gonna completely flatten out the ride. It's gonna be so lame. This ride's shaped like a big T. That wasn't intentional. And we still can't make it over. Alright, can I like... What can I do? Can we speed up the chain lift? Is that a thing you can do in this type of ride? It doesn't look like it. I think we just have to redesign large amounts of the ride. I think there's no way around it. A second chain lift sucks, though. No one likes a second chain lift. It's weird that we have, like, no speed left after this massive drop, I feel like. Maybe we do Hear Me Out. Ooh. That brings me up to, what is that? 29? It's hard to read because, like, look at it. Is that 29? I think that's 23. And that's 27, so I feel like this should still work. Park is messed up, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god, where is he? Where is he? He's just standing. He's not even that lost. Oh wait, wait, no. No, he's just on some path somewhere. Whatever. Complainers. I'll fix the pathing later. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are being recorded as lost just because the paths are too big. I think that's why. Alright, let's try this. This ride is kind of short. Man, we're already in September of year 1. Oh, that's not making it over. Nope. Nope, not even close. Man. What the heck, dude? Well, first of all, I'm hiring like 6 new mechanics. Tower's been closed forever. I'm just gonna plop a mechanic down on it. Since Pixel can't do his job. Yeah, so many lost guests. Oh. Oh, it's my bad. Look at what I've done. Look at what I've done. The path doesn't... I thought this path connected, but it doesn't, so it just traps the people when they... That's really funny. Hang on. Hang on. That's entirely my bad. Well, those people all hate me now. That's really funny. That was probably contributing to... Look at how sad they are. They're, like, out of energy and dead because they just... because they were trapped for so long. Well, they'll all filter out of the park eventually now. We can get back to working on this doomed project. Yeah, you've just created a million Muck 1000s. Oh my god, they're not gonna stop spamming those messages for a really long time. Because of how slowly they're walking out of the park. That better be enough power to make this work. I mean, at this point, the ride is like... There's barely even a ride anymore. I've optimized all of the fun out of it. Alright, are we good? Are we good now? Incredibly lame looking roller coaster. Where are those people who are... Have they gotten to the exit yet? No, they still haven't gotten to the exit. My park rating is really bad because of them. Nope. Still no good. How? How does this ride suck so much? I feel like I've never had this kind of problem with one of these rides before. Usually my problem is that I build them way too fast, and then we have an issue with too many Gs. But there, this is just gonna work. The ride sucks so much, but it's just gonna work, and it's fine. I'll build like a steel coaster that's larger and more exciting later or something. Alright, fantastic. I did it. It works. It actually finishes. Please tell me that the Gs are not an issue. Please tell me that the Gs are not... Max positive... vertical 3.2 ought to be okay, I think. 2.83 lateral. .83 excitement. That's so bad. And extreme intensity. This is actually unacceptable. I wonder where the... It must be coming from the vertical, which is... It doesn't work. I might just delete this. I might just literally delete... I mean, hear me out. We're starting over. We're just going with a completely different concept, because that's never working. Maybe something like this. Man, I've really had to systematically delete like every tree. I wasn't originally going to delete this many trees, but every plan just involves deleting another tree. Alright, this looks like ass. Let's try it. I actually don't think this works because of this hill. No, it still works. It works. Gonna do something about this section in here though before I even see the stats. I think we can improve this. Doing not that much in particular. Go. I think we can improve this as well. Oh wait, that's 13. This is just straight. Just straight in now. Okay. If this works, I'm just gonna go with it. I need to stop being precious. It's been like 2 months. I keep trying to get the roller coaster to be good, and there's no way this is ever going to be good. I just have to build it and open it so I can move on to the next one. I can start generating money for me. Yeah, I'll just throw some trees down. It'll be fine. Like, that's probably better than the last design. Like, what? Show me the G's. That's still kind of a lot of positive vertical. Okay, that's way better. That is a billion times better. That's the ride. That's the ride. I built this thing so far from the path network, I didn't realize I was doing that. Well. Yeah, we just have to, like, do a huge amount of digging here. You know what? This looks bad. I'm literally just gonna lower that. I have no reason to lower the land under there, but it's better this way. Alright, open it, charge like $6, $6.50. We're gonna do $6.50, $6.60 even. And there's my crappy ride. It's done. I can move on to a different one now. I'm actually gonna put, where is it? A no entry sign right there as well, because that's kind of a long exit path. The ride finally works, and the stats aren't terrible. For a wild mouse, I feel like 6 is pretty normal. Let me even put a couple trees around it now that it's done. Beautiful. Looks like complete ass. Looks like complete ass, but the trees will help a little bit. There we go, the Todd Howard, because it just works. Todd, toe 4. Todd Howard. You see that coaster? You can ride it. River Wrap, do I have to, like, just turn off everything except shops and stalls, research. It's all off except the shops and stalls. Well, do I have food? Did I get food at some point in there? No. I think that the gimmick is no food. I think the gimmick is no food. You know what I'm gonna do? Wait, I just realized that I raised the price of... Hang on. I only raised the price of one of the 3 coasters. So this... Oh no, I didn't raise the price of any of them. Never mind, I thought I had done that. Maybe I did do that. I don't know, I forget. Were they 2 before? Well, now they're 4. Now they're $4. Let's see, we still got a big line for the log flume. Oh, right, I forgot that this is a log flume thing that you do. Where is it? Wait, where's the... Isn't there a way to increase the speed of the, of the chain lifts? Am I just imagining that that existed? That's a thing for, chair lifts, definitely. This ride is still popular. I can put something like right here. Maybe a river rapids. Maybe this is the right spot for the river rapids. Don't ask me how I'm gonna get a path into this area, but this is the perfect spot. Guest 1279 is lost and can't find the park exit. We're still having a problem with guests who can't find the park exit, apparently. To flatten this. Yep, I think that's just the gimmick. I think guests are just gonna be hungry. Bunch of whirlpools here. These rides always look like ass. There's like no way to even not make it look terrible. The stats aren't even gonna be that good. That's the thing too. But it's something. Put an extra station here. Here's my incredibly lame ride. Entrance. Exit. How are we possibly gonna connect this? Okay, where are you? Where are guests getting lost? He's just somewhere. He's nowhere in particular. He should be able to find the exit. Oh, roller coaster in the way. Definitely can't put that there then. Exit. Here. Maybe... Where? Why are these not connecting? Oh, because they're kind of far away. But actually, this is going to work just fine. Because, like, there you go. They connect. So never mind. It was much easier than I thought it was going to be. Bam. Get that open. We can charge, like, $3.50. Probably not as much as a roller coaster, but we can still charge some money for that. Yeah, the park rating isn't great. I think, let's see. Yeah, hungry guests. Oh my god, is this guy still... Can we see what rides he's been on? No, we can't. I think some of these I Want to Go Home guys literally are still from when they were stuck. When they were stuck on the path over here. Because it's a long enough walk. Like, look at how low energy they are, and they have to go all the way here. So I think some of the I Want to Go Home guys might still be from that. Should just help them go home. But yeah, we need an army. E-Tanks can no longer handle the paths on his own. Not that he ever could. The path network is such a mess. I think this is going to be like a just hire 1 billion handymen and hope that the situation sorts itself out situation. Because otherwise, I don't know. The park's too big. I don't feel like zoning it. I don't feel like zoning it correctly. We're just gonna start by doing this, and then if I'm having a problem area, then I'll solve it. Except you. You can get zoned to right here. And this guy as well. Some of these people, there are some obvious problem spots to resolve. Right there. Oh wow, it's really bad out here. Hang on. This is... No handyman ever made it back here. Alrighty, well, that's that. We are in April of year 2, and we are only at 619 guests, which is not great. I am really strongly suspecting that we're never gonna unlock food, and that the challenge is if you can overcome the hungry guests. The hungry guest problem. I have access to shuttle loop. Worst case scenario, shuttle loop is right there. roller coaster in the way. The park rating is looking... It's over 600, but, you know... I mean, I guess it's kind of recovered a little bit. It wasn't great. It's 807 now, though. This was when... I think this dip right here was when I realized that I had all those guys stuck. I kind of don't like the direction we're building this in. Let me do this, actually. That gets me to 28. Our cap is 30. That only gets me to 22. Okay. This is kind of weird. I think this looks terrible. I think this might be ugly. Oh, I forgot this thing even had loops. Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing? That just slams right into the side. That's not very helpful. And that's now lined up perfectly with the S-bend. Well, actually, can we... This might hear me out. No, can't do a loop there for some reason. Oh, right. It's because you have to, like, do this. And no, the loop does not fit. It'd be cool to put the loop under the hill, maybe. But no, it's not meant to be. I keep wanting to build behind. Like, I don't want to be building on top of the track here, but this is not working out for me. How do you do this? How do we get this to be a helix? I completely forget. Oh, here we go. Roller coaster in the way. We're gonna find out at the end of all of this that it just, like, doesn't clear the first hill, and all of this construction is pointless. it starts at... Man, I really need to get the video situation sorted out. I legit cannot read these numbers. I'm pretty sure it starts at 15. Our coaster's gone down to 10, which is not great. Yeah, hang on. I'm putting in the second chain lift just for... Oh, and that doesn't even... okay, hang on. We've got real problems here. Let me just end this, like, casually, just to see if this is even worth continuing to work on. Like... just turn this out of the... Uh-oh. That's a bit of an issue. Hang on, invisible supports? Yeah, turns out we have a bit of a problem. Still here. Actually ending this ride at all is going to be a bit of a challenge. I think this is just a bit too high up. Does that even line up? Yeah, it does. What if I did, like, hang on, can we, if I do this, then we can get it, but there's no way this actually works. Also, that's too, like, weird. That's just not good. And that's not good. Okay, what if I do... Kind of hard to see what I'm building without the supports, honestly. I just do, like, this. Which looks stupid, but what if I just do that? And then I have to dig out this entire hill, of course. And then that doesn't connect, and I can't tell what the problem is. 17. Okay, this will probably work. No, wait, that's way too sharp. These turns are way too sharp. They're not sharp enough. Let's bend right, and then straight. Okay, it connects. It connects. I honestly just want to see if the ride works. It turns out we ran into a big problem there. If this works, if this is the ride, this might just be the ride. Like, I might accept this and just be like, yup, here's my roller coaster, it's done. Not the original plan, but we'll be out soon. What if this roller coaster is actually a masterpiece? Hang on. Okay, those unbanked turns, not a masterpiece, but Up until that part, what if it was a masterpiece? You can spot the unbanked turns at the end there with the minus 3 Gs. Yeah, but it finished. We had enough speed for it to finish, which is important. Is something happening with my mic? Yeah, I have to flatten this entire park. There was some static, but it's fine now. Uh-oh. I didn't do anything, so that's just my computer freaking out, I guess. Great. Try something like this. Yeah, I have to flatten this entire thing. And then it's still not even gonna work. We're only trying to get to 15. Oof, but then that's in the way. I might have to put a brake here. It's kind of lame, but I think I'm gonna put a brake there, just for practical reasons. This. And this. Try that. Man, Chris Sawyer's roller coasters are always so much better than mine. Look at that. Look at how good that looks. How does he do it? Oh, I didn't fix this turn here. This turn here is a problem for sure. I mean, maybe it's just okay, though. It's just one unbanked turn. It's just one unbanked turn. It's not that... Positive vertical G is 5.29. I mean, there is... The lateral is what's gonna kill me here. The positive vertical, it's a loop. It's different. It's okay that it's 5. So it's not okay that it's 5. I mean, there are a number of things that could be the problem. That, of course, includes this unbanked turn, but there are other things, too. I don't think this type of piece exists. I'm not convinced that that's connected, but it might be. I think that the problem might be those initial turns, though. I know we've had problems with these before. This, like, kind of swooping big upward turn. This kind of piece has given me issues in the past because they're considered unbanked. Now, it does kind of seem like that'll hopefully fix the worst of the lat Gs, unless it's this thing's fault, in which case we're screwed. I might have to make the hill a bit shorter. That could potentially fix some problems. Yeah, that doesn't quite hit -3 on lats. Yeah, nothing wrong with my lateral Gs now. The problem is probably just the verts. Yeah, that loop. That loop right there, if the ride is still messed up, then the issue is the loop. And we're gonna have to, I think, just try to get a little bit less speed going through there, or just remove the element entirely, which I really don't want to do. Okay, that's better. We fixed it. It was just that last turn. Everything else is fine. 6.3 excitement is slightly disappointing, I feel like, but that'll do. That will do. I didn't realize I'm building over a coaster here. That doesn't quite work. Unless, hear me out. Roller coaster in way. Roller coaster in way. Never mind, can't put a path there. Unless. And then that goes down there, and then we just do more digging. To build this like under here. Perfect. All right, cool. You know, it's fitting for Rollercoaster Tycoon that it would be the really long game, given the whole Mr. Bones thing. By the end of the 200 plus hours of playing this, I'm gonna want to get off the ride. Dude, guests need to stop being dumb. It's a skill issue if they can't find the exit. Ooh, pizza stall. They've got food. Hang on. Wait, I had a hot dog stall for a while. Hang on. Food. Bam. Right there. I'm even gonna build 2 of each of these things. We'll put... Where's a good spot for food? Look, my park is not for casual amusement park fans. This is serious enjoyers only. If you can't find your way around the path network, you don't deserve to get to leave the park. There we go. That's looking pretty good. We are at only 700 guests. Why is absolutely no one riding this thing? Is it too expensive? Something more exciting. Damn, people do not like the boring rides, except for the people who do. No one is going on this as well. In this scenario, I think guests have a strong preference for roller coasters. I'm gonna have to delete something old. Goodbye. Random scenario I don't remember. We gotta get to 1400. I think I gotta build more roller coasters. If we get to year 3 and I'm not close, I might have to just smash the shuttle loop button. Smash the add button and smash the shuttle loop button. I mean, I can just advertise. Look, we're in like hard mode here. With how they're starting to include gimmicks in the scenarios. I will press the advertising button if I have to. Oh, this is not correct at all, is it? I have an idea. What if I just... The guests... Hear me out. The guests leave. And then when they walk out of the exit building, they fall onto the path, so we actually don't have to build a path up there. I might be a genius. I might have just discovered a new piece of roller coaster tycoon tech that nobody's discovered before. What if I just do that? Oh, it's gonna spam me with crap, though. I'm not gonna do it then. It's gonna spam me with annoying messages. But I bet that would work. I mean, yeah, like, I don't think that they can take fall damage. And in fact, I know they don't take fall damage. So I think it would be fine. There's a mechanic in there right now. Well, let's see. We can stop researching stalls so much. We can start researching things that are cool, actually. We're in August of year 2. I don't think I've built a wooden twister roller coaster before. How much money do I have? Oh, I'm incredibly poor. Uh-oh. That's not good. We're gonna be chilling for a bit. I don't have money to build more rides. I could. Yeah, I think that if you charge, like, I think it's 20 cents is the correct number to charge for the bathrooms. And guests will, like, always pay 20 cents. And then over that, it kind of depends. That's not going to generate that much money, though. It will offset the cost of owning a bathroom a little bit. RCT3's... They've given that game away before. I already have that free on EGS, I think. Do I? I'd have to remember my Epic Games login to check. Hang on. I'm going to the store, the Epic Games store. Let's see. Or is it just saved? Oh, yes, my password is just saved in this browser. Oh, no, they're emailing me a code. Dude, they're really testing my resolve here to log in. All right, don't share this code with anyone. It's 853736. Let's see. How do I see my games? Now that I'm logged in, is there a way to see what games you have on the... Is there even a way to see what games I have? Epic Games sucks, man. I can't find my library on the website. I'm gonna claim today's free game, though, while I'm logged in. Add to library. I don't want to download the Epic Games Store right now. On the left. Where on the left? You have to go to account and then check transactions? What the hell? Okay, here we go. Purchases. Yes, I do have Rollercoaster Tycoon 3. They gave it away for free on September 25th, 2020. I've got that. I've got Control. Apparently, I've got Sonic Mania on here. I didn't even know about that. Apparently, I've got Neo. I didn't even know about that. Apparently, I've got Daemon Ex Machina. I actually kind of want to play that. I didn't know I had that. Every time I log into the Epic Games Store for something, I look at the games that I have on there, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know I had that. There's some decent... Yeah, I got Death Stranding, Dead Island 2, Civ 6, Sifu, Neo, Saints Row the Third. I have a number of viable games I could someday play on here, but, like, I just don't know that I have them because they're on the Epic Games Store. I do not have GTA 5, though. I know they gave away GTA 5 for free at some point, but I've got my physical DVD copy, my 7 DVDs of GTA 5 kicking around somewhere, so I didn't claim it. I probably should have claimed that just from a convenience standpoint. Installing GTA 5 from 7 DVDs takes a really long time. I did it once 10 years ago, and I cannot be asked to ever do that again. But I'm not itching to play GTA 5 anyway, so it's fine. Alright, I'm at 4K now. Maybe I can kind of build a roller coaster. I'm not very diligent with claiming the free games. Like, I've just listed my entire library on there. I've also got the one thing that I actually paid money for, Tony Hawk 1 and 2, because it was EGS exclusive for like a year or two. It was crazy. At first it was like, I mean, I bought it right when it came out, but it stayed EGS exclusive for like a weirdly long time. It is on Steam now, but I own it on EGS. Very lame. I was desperate to play it. The Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake from 2020. It's the one thing that I've bought on EGS. I think I have it installed on here. Yeah, I do have it installed, so I could just boot it up and play a game, but I just don't even, I don't know. It doesn't take up any space in my brain. Like I do not remember that those games exist, you know? I guess I should build another roller coaster, like now-ish. So tempting to just build shuttle loop. Maybe I'll build a shuttle loop like. I'll build something that's like shuttle loop, but it isn't. Like right here would be the spot. It was actually kind of a sick idea. Hang on. Alright, there we go. I'm a genius. And I think now we set it to like powered launch mode? No, reverse incline launched mode. I think I built this backwards. I think this is not how you do this. I think what's gonna happen, we're gonna test it. And yeah, it just kind of rolls backwards into the hill and does nothing. There has to be a chain lift there. Something like that. Basically, this is shuttle loop, but reverse incline instead of a direct launch. I've pretty much just recreated shuttle loop here, but with extra steps. Actually, I think it's just going to go right off the back of the coaster, isn't it? Oh, it stops. Okay, that's good. And doesn't make it. Hang on. Just give it a bit of extra speed. This looks so dumb. This looks really bad. I hate how you can't have a chain lift on like an extra steep drop, so you have to have this really long wind up for the lamest ride ever. Also, it's gonna go right off the back now, I think. Yep. Put an extra 2 on there, and I think we're set. I can't speed that up at all. We're gonna put one more. Because the ride's gonna be heavier with people on it, so one more, and then that's perfect. It's good to go. I didn't even check the stats. The stats on this are probably, like, not good. Are we gonna do this? Okay, well, hear me out then. If we're bothering, we might as well do it right. If we're gonna build a ride with a loop in it, we might as well just do this the right way. Put that through there. This is like the longest line to get to this ride. It's so awful. It's so bad. But there. Actually, I kind of want that to do this. We're gonna have to, like, finesse this a bit. And then... there we go. Alright, great, excellent. That's actually not connected. I did these backwards. Hang on. Close that. Exit. I was like, where's the little sign? Why isn't it spawning in the sign? There we go. Raise the price on this a bit. Charge $4.50 for that. October year 2. Oh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. I think I'm gonna have to actually just start, like, spamming the advertising button for all of year 3, and then also build some shuttle loops. I kind of already have built a shuttle loop here. But we're still like 550 guests off where I need to be. I kind of want to see what the stats on this are, though, before I do anything else. Just how terrible is this ride? I got a cool idea. Oh, okay, 5. That is better excitement than I was expecting. We're gonna pump up the price on this a bit. 5 excitement on that. It's almost as exciting as this massive thing I constructed over here. It's more exciting than this purple one, I think. Yeah, the purple thing only got to 4.8. So, confirmed more exciting. We're at 900, so we need 500 more guests. Can I build 5 roller coasters in 1 year that aren't garbage? I'm not sure that I can do that. Let's start running the ads. Excellent. That'll start generating so many guests that my park becomes completely overrun with them. So that's good. That's exactly what we want. I'm gonna build the crooked house just because I've never built one of these before, because it's an expansion pack item. Do that, do that. Wow, amazing. Crooked house. Plus like 20 guests on that. Would I live in the crooked house? I would. Not enough whimsical houses out there. I've said this before, but I want to be one of those guys who has like weird shit on their property, you know? Like those people who spend like 20 years building a castle out of plastic water bottles and stuff like that. And it's just like, why did they do it? I don't know. On the way up here, I drove past a dude who has like a collection of old gas pumps on his front lawn, and he has like 50 weird old gas pumps in front of his house. That's up around here some way. And like someday I'll be one of those guys. I haven't like got anything settled. I don't have anything in mind for like what's my weird shit I want to put on my front lawn, but I would like to do that someday. I think growing up I used to live by someone whose entire lawn was covered in bowling balls as well. That was one. I think there was a bowling ball person. I just had lots of balls. Can finally build a mini golf. I think mini golf is an expansion thing. Apparently mini golf is really, really bad though. I'm not gonna build it. I don't think we've ever had mini golf before. Where have I got room? Are there lots of people waiting for this? Not really. Not really a lot of people waiting for my fake shuttle loop. We can do like... Aesthetically, you're right, but in practical terms, I have to build stuff that's good, like now. Or else I'm gonna lose the scenario. I highly doubt I can actually get a path here. This would be kind of a cool spot, but this is like not gonna work. Actually, it's gonna totally work. I see where we've got room. Okay, no, it doesn't work. Delete it. Well, can we get this to work somehow? We can get a path here. That. Alright, great, it's open. A weird spot over here. We're at 1,075. I need to build up a little bit more money to build another coaster, unless I want to build another small thing. I kind of have an idea for a better... I kind of have an idea for another shuttle loop type coaster that I want to try. Because that thing had 0 lateral Gs, which can't be helping it, you know? The vision is this. them kind of like... Like, then we do that. That's pretty much the vision. Where is this? Oh wow, we're gonna have a problem then. Somehow that's still... I mean, I envision boosting the launch speed of this quite a bit. Like going more like that. Add an extra one of those, like so. Hello. Not going. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna need to put some kind of like steep thing at the end of this. I think this is good, but I need some kind of steep thing at the end just to really seal the deal that it's over. That's the end of the ride. Hopefully that won't kill anyone. It might. That might result in some deaths. Alright, pretty good. I don't know how we're gonna get to the entrance, though, as usual. You know, here's what we're gonna end up doing. Completely ignore that little spot I just dug out there. It's going this way. Gonna have to go this way, unfortunately. Hideous. Completely terrible, but there. Let me stick a no entry on there, because I really don't trust the people. Yep, I know. I know. Not there. Delete. Oh, I'm building this in the wrong direction. Not really there either. There we go. No entry. Alright, looking really messed up, but sure. Actually, wait, I could have done much better if I just connected it there. Oh well. I kind of like the two signs right next to each other. That's kind of cool looking. Can charge more for this. $12.07. Okay, the advertising is working. We're gonna be fine. As long as I don't have like a completely terrible explosion that kills 30 guests or something like that. But why would that happen on my rides, where if you go too fast, you just fly off the end and die? I have people covering the exit here. Gotta clean this up. Man, I built a lot of trash. How many coasters is this? I built 1, 2, 3, and then 2 like mini ones. I can probably... I have 5k. The money's starting to come in pretty quickly now. I can maybe try to build something a bit larger again. I can maybe try to build the wooden twister coaster or something like that. I have all this space out here to build it. I can just figure out how to make it connect. Something like that. What does a wooden twister coaster do? Oh, it does that. I see. Self-explanatory, I guess. Well, that looks real weird. I'm not sure that I like that. Hang on. Maybe this. Maybe this is better. Yeah, that just looks incredibly weird, but all right. Sure. One more, maybe. This probably won't work, because that's getting me to, 16. Ah, that's 20. This could work. This could work, actually. Guests are complaining about the disgusting state of the paths in my park. Hang on. Hang on, I'm gonna have to hire a bunch of more guys. And maybe start, like, actually zoning them correctly and things like that. I don't want to do that. That's, like, the worst part of the game, having to zone the guys correctly. How much money am I spending? I'm spending so much money on this. I have to get all the way back there. I think it's time to start making my way towards the end of the ride here. I have, like, no speed left, probably. I have to go really high up. This is not gonna work. Is that just gonna crash into the back there? Yeah, that's not quite correct. I really wish that, this is something that I had forgotten about, but this is, like, such a minor complaint, but still, I wish that, ooh, hang on. It's gonna, yeah, that still crashes into the back. I actually kind of can't fit this turn in the way I want to. Maybe if I do this. Okay, that's not lined up, is it? No, it is. Man, anything I do, we just crash into the back of that turn. Yeah, okay. Like, whenever there's a pop-up, the button on the pop-up for bringing up the window for the thing the pop-up is talking about, it perfectly overlaps the delete a track piece button. Like, look at that. this little button, it perfectly overlaps the delete the track button. So if you're just deleting track, you'll just automatically open up the pop-up. That's like such like a, I don't know. It feels dumb to even complain about that, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna complain about that because why is it like that? It's just kind of annoying. Yeah, it's because no widescreen, but like, maybe if I put the Xbox in widescreen mode, do you think it would change the UI? I don't think it would, because it's just like anamorphic or whatever. I don't think widescreen, at least on the Xbox, can save me here. Gotta get up to 15. That is not good. The whole end of the ride is just not gonna work. Here, let me just... Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna end the ride and see if it works, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't work up to this point. There's like no shot. Oh. Actually, that's a big problem, isn't it? Hang on, if I do this, can we... This is a really lame ride now. The station is already really small. Now I'm making the station even smaller. Hang on, can we... If I just push the station one more, actually. Is this acceptable? Let me go over it. No. Maybe one more station. And then we go over it. No. No, because there's there's like 2 roller coasters in the way there. I think I kind of screwed myself over here. I think we're going to end up with a really short station, and this ride is going to be kind of bad. That's 12. This has to get to 15. How is that not? Oh, it's because it's not actually lined up. That's actually lined up. All right, cool. So let's just see if this works. The really short station thing is unfortunate, but to be honest, I'm only building this to get more people to come to my park. So if the ride is really long, then I think I don't care. I think it's fine. How terrible are the G's on this thing? This crazy death spiral at the start. I think it's okay. Hang on. I mean, it does spike at like 4 vertical Gs, but like, once again, that's a skill issue on the part of the riders if they don't like that. Okay, no, it only peaked at 3 point... Okay, the max lateral was 3.24. Was that at the end? Was that unbanked turn I just did at the end? No, there's a turn part of the way through that's really bad. Hang on. And yeah, the stats are not acceptable. Right there. This turn right here is not acceptable. How can I fix that? That's one of those, like, that's one of those turns that I said we have problems with. And there it is giving me problems. It's technically unbanked, yeah. It's one of those turns that's like it's going up and turning. And technically those are unbanked, even though, like, I don't know. I feel like it's fine. I feel like in real life it's totally fine, but in the roller coaster tycoon life it's not fine to have something like that. I think we're just gonna go with the crappy quick fix here and just do this. There you go. The ride is now much lamer. This ride sucks. Look at it. Look at how bad this big square. This big ugly square. Yeah, it just looks like crooked and terrible, especially in here where I was just like changing my mind on what I wanted to make. And so it just looks like the rails are twisted in like an incorrect way. In here as well. It's just like it looks like someone smashed it with a big hammer. It's all like bent out of shape. Any day now. When you have a lot of rides, this takes forever to calculate. I'm just gonna find out that it's bad. Oh, it's good. It's fine. Okay, so we can try to make the ending a little bit better. We do have some speed to work with in the ending. We don't have that much speed to work with in the ending. I think we're just gonna call it. I think we're just gonna say that that's good. I'll go ahead and do, like, this and this, that we can get, like, a good... Why are they stuck? Hello? What happened here? Oh, it's because it's broken. Alright, that's fine. Continue. I will name it Coaster Slop. This definitely feels like they've shit out a coaster to get people to come to the park. And it's, like, not a good one. I'm they in this situation. Yeah, who could have done this? That's connected, right? I think it is. That can be like 650. And we will name it Coaster Slop. Yo, what's up, Haphazardous? The playthrough is going well. I'm pretty sure we're gonna pass this scenario at this point. Yeah, you can tell because they're so much better. These 3 synchronized coasters came with the park. The triple sync coaster is like, that is beyond my grasp as a gamer, even after 66 hours of this. I could never. Yeah, a lot of disgusting path enjoyers. Hang on. Oh, it's all like in here. Hang on. I love the way you can do this. This is a great feature. Doesn't narrow it down very much though. And this area is going to be hard to zone because there's a lot of paths that like cross on top of each other. So I'm not actually sure that I can do that much about this. Other than just hire tons of guys and hope that they cover it. Yeah, it can be hard to recover. Once you're poor and you don't have a good money generator, you're kind of just done, I feel like. That's a very bad hole to try to dig yourself out of, where you're not making money and you have no money to build something to start making money with it. Maybe if I had maybe if I was on a completely flat surface and I had bottomless money and it was like, you know, by the end of year 3, your goal is to just have a cool triple coaster. Like maybe in 3 in-game years I could pull it off. But I'm not confident. All right, we're going to advertise again. Free pizza. I'd show up with the free pizza coupon for sure. Gonna advertise my brand new coaster slop to the world. And you can go on the merry-go-round for free, sure. Oh, is that the other expansion? Is this expansion just gonna be a bunch of scenarios that are like kind of still basic? The one we did last week had some kind of goal. I might have to mix it up a little bit then. I might have to start doing them out of order. I don't know that I want to, because this expansion has like 30 more in it. I don't know that I want the next 30 weeks of this to all just be more customer goals. I might just start doing them in no particular order. That ought to get me above 1400, I feel like. But just in case, I think one more coaster would really seal the deal, you know? Videos of people who ditch their smartphone to use an MP3 player. I was like sorting all my stuff. I got one of those, you know those like things you hang over your door that then have like a bunch of pockets for shoes? It has like a bunch of clear pockets that I think normal people would put shoes into. But I bought one of those and I've used it to like organize all of my cables. Because normally I just have like a giant box full of cables. And it's just like a tangled up nightmare in there. And I'm sick of it. So I bought one of these. So I was going through and sorting all of the cables into these shoe pockets. It works great. It actually works great. But somewhere in the tangle I found my 3rd gen iPod Shuffle, which for non-iPod knowers is the one that doesn't have a screen, and you have to control it with the little inline remote, which I don't have headphones that have an inline remote, so I just couldn't control it even if I wanted to. Also, it's like physically tiny, and I think only stores like not that many songs on it. It's kind of the worst iPod ever, to be honest, but it's the one I have. But I found it in the tangle. In the past, I've thought about yeah, what if I had like a dedicated device for playing music? And then I realized like the year is 2026, and if you want to put music on an iPod, you still have to use iTunes, and I refuse to do that in 2026. Fucking iTunes. So no, definitely never using it. But I didn't throw it out or anything. I'm keeping it. It is total e-waste. Well, if you have like an MP3 player made by a company that isn't pure evil, then you can just throw the MP3 on there. But that is not how iPods work. Yeah, maybe. I know there's like all kinds of different things like that. Like on a proper iPod, you can like install Rockbox on it, and then you can like just throw MP3s on there. I don't know that I can trade this thing in the apocalypse. It's like it's the smallest iPod they ever made. It's actually like, it's basically just a flash drive, like a small flash drive with a headphone jack. So it's not even really good for its scrap metal value in the apocalypse. How are they finding good batteries 24 years late? I mean, I guess I don't really know much about the universe of The Last of Us, but is it possible that someone is manufacturing batteries? I feel like that would be a thing, because, like, think about it. Dude, this balloon won't pop. What the hell is this? What? Hello? Oh, there it goes. Because, like, think about it. Like, otherwise your flashlight would die, and that feels like flashlights are an important thing to have in, like, a post-grid collapse apocalypse. And yes, Dan, this game was on Xbox. You can tell... Hang on, can I go to a laggy area of the park? This park's really not lagging that bad. But you can tell because it kind of lags a little bit sometimes. But yes, this is the OG Xbox port of Rollercoaster Tycoon 1. Been playing it for 66 hours. And we're not even halfway. That's true. Maybe it's like a wind-up situation. 1341. Yeah, one more coaster will, like, absolutely solidify it. What are we gonna build? What do I even have room to build at this point? Guess I can try to stick a Virginia reel back here. Actually, this is totally gonna work. Hang on, clearing some trees for this. We're in July of year 3. We're kind of pushing it a little bit. I don't know how much time I have to actually build this ride, but... Also, I have to do that annoying thing to get the platform height how I want it to be. Because I don't want the platform to be there. I want the platform to be over here. I think like this, probably. Then there's that hill, though. Maybe like this. Alright, so then what you do is you delete all of this. This is a dumb thing that I think they fixed in Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. But in 1, at least in this version of 1, you have to do this to pick the height that your station is at. You have to do this, you have to like weirdly build a fake coaster until your cursor is in like the correct spot you want it to be in, and then you can properly build. I have a good idea. Oh, what the? How did... Why is there a dude just like roaming the wilderness? Can we get you back on a path? I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure what I'm doing here is completely fine. Terrible. Let's delete the trees. Man, I've accidentally built the most. Look at this. From this angle, this looks like the craziest ride ever. I think it's still a pretty boring ride, but from this angle, it looks like I've built something amazing. I think that's good. And now we'll just end it, I think. I can't really see. Are we ending it? Yeah, we're ending it. Alright, masterpiece. Hopefully it works. Yo, Muck1000, thank you. Thanks, Muck, for the 84 months. I appreciate it a ton, dude. I hope you were doing well. Someday to stationing, if I ever finish the Xbox. PS2 thing until the heat death of the universe. This turn might be a bit much, but otherwise, I think this ride actually came out pretty good. Max laterals 2.9. Yeah, the excitement rating on the Virginia reel is never good. It's always disappointing, but I'm happy with it. The point of the ride is not to be good. The point of the ride is to exist. And actually, I think it is kind of good. Oh no, if I screwed up the height. No, I haven't screwed up the height. I was just building it wrong. If I just do this, then I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a bonus for it. And that'll maybe put me over 5 if we're lucky. Dude, the constant pop-ups are just like pretty annoying. And then that connects there, and perfect. All right, actually good. Actually kind of good. I like how it takes up the space like perfectly. I feel like it fits right in there. We've got 1,500 guests, and I'm probably gonna have to run the advertising again just for safety. But then I think we'll be set. Oh, someone is supposed to be patrolling that and keeping it clean, and they're not doing their job. Dude, meanwhile, this guy's keeping this completely useless path clean that I closed off ages ago. Where can I reallocate this guy to? Somewhere a bit more important. I'll just stick him in here somewhere. I have no idea what the path network of this is even like, because it's just such a mess. Somewhere in here, it's like this is the only way into the park, and then it splits there, and then that splits. It's like, it's not a loop. Whatever they've created here, it's like not... It's not good. It's not good at all. That's why all the guests keep getting lost. It's Chris Sawyer's fault, not mine. I think I can up the launch speed on this a little bit. I don't want to up it too high, because then everyone will die. Yeah, okay, that's as high as we're gonna go. That's good. That's good. Yeah, check that out. It's still... It sinks through, like, the entire ride. I've never really sat and watched these, but, they kind of separate here. Do they come back together? Kinda. Yeah, that is really impressive sinking. I could never. I can't get over how ugly the coaster slop is. It just... weird bumpy section. If you look at it from the wrong angle, like if you look at it from the right angle, that looks pretty good. But then from this angle, it just looks like ass. Like what? Just looks like I've bent it. Okay, the mechanic is showing up to fix that. Look, Pokemon only does 2 parts. That's totally different. And that's for legitimate reasons. If you want to catch the right Pokemon, you need the right version. The wrong versions don't live in the wrong cartridge. That's not how it works. Bitching about The Hobbit and the FF7 remake, yeah, those are 3 parts, aren't they? The 3-part Hobbit is super questionable. Did anyone even see part 3 of that? I'm not sure. I feel like at the time, I never heard anything about it. After, like, I remember hearing a lot about the first one when that came out, and then a lot less about the part 2, because the part 1 wasn't that good. And then, did part 3 come out? I think it did. I'm pretty sure it did, but I'm pretty sure not a soul saw that. $14.38. Why is the guest count going down? Hang on, I have to advertise again. My ads ran out, that's why. There's a lot of sick people. There's a lot of hungry people, too. Where are they? Hungry people are everywhere. Burger. Burger? Is that even reachable? That's also way too close to the other burger, but whatever. And burger. Where's the drinks? There they are. Oh, that was right next to the other food. Well, whatever, it's covered. Yeah, I guess we're probably fine then. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna make like a last minute save just in case something goes horribly wrong. Three Monkeys Park. Just in case something goes horribly wrong, I'm making this save so I can adjust for it. But I think we're basically just gonna be chilling for the next like 10 minutes. And we should stay above 1400 because the ads are gonna run probably, how deep into this are we? September just started, so the ads will run out like halfway through October, but that's fine. Unfortunately, the optimal play is to just do this and then not even look at the park. I pretty much filled in all the space though. We've still got room back here for more. And we've kind of got a lot of room in here for like smaller stuff, if I wanted to, I guess. And there's room here. Okay, there I could fit like, I bet I could fit like 2 more roller coasters in this park, and then it would be kind of packed. I think that does exist actually. I think that different months have different temperature ranges. And I'm pretty sure higher temperature does make guests more likely to want to buy a drink or something like that. So that does kind of exist. For Sawyer's got you covered, maybe. A lot of people have balloons just because of that. I only think I placed like 1 balloon stall. I don't know if I even put down a second, but I've got 2 balloon stalls going. Okay, that's a lot of balloons. How much money is this thing made? Not that much, $285. And this one is $194. So they buy balloons, but that's like a pretty minor amount given that I'm currently sitting on 20K. I honestly think the problem that's making guests unable to find the exit to the park is just that the exit to the park is so far away from the rides. Like, they decide they want to leave when they're over here or something, and they gotta make their way all the way back here. And then by the time they get to the entrance, they think they're lost because it's taken them so long. I legit think that's what's happening. Oh, I didn't realize I had Mr. Bones this whole time. Hang on. Wow, guess 2,000 exactly. roller coaster in the way. Damn it. Move over by 1. Wait. Oh god, now what have I done? Now what have I done? Why is this up here? And then this is down there. Oh, it's because it... perspective issues. Hang on. Water, then we... Water. Dig. Water. There we go. Front and center. There's no seasons, but it is like, it's hotter in the summer than it is in the winter, for sure. There's like kind of seasons like that. $212 ride running costs? The heck? Yeah, it's like the one thing they did for the Xbox version. They changed the UI, but that just means it's not on screen all the time, so you're always pressing this to check things. I mean, that's better. Like that, this is clearly an improvement having this like menu. You know, this like radial menu over. Imagine if it did have the icons. I forget exactly how it is on Rollercoaster Tycoon 1. Are the icons like across the top? It's something like that. Imagine if I had to like come up here to click them every time I wanted to build something. It's not that bad, but this is a little bit of an improvement. Park rating is 913, so it's perfectly fine. Got like 1,600 park guys in the park. October year 3. Awesome, we're set. Was a little worried about this one. I had to kind of like just build a bunch of shitty shuttle loop clones. Technically, this one's stats are slightly better than shuttle loops, I think. That might be because of the path going through the center of the loop, I don't know. But I think shuttle loop was like 4.9 excitement, something like that, I want to say it was. And this is 5 point whatever, so this is better. And I think this one's better too. Oh, that's kind of the same. Why is nobody riding this? There's like no... For some reason, there's a giant line for this crappy shuttle loop. And there's like no line for this crappy shuttle loop. What are the guests thinking about it? Looks too intense. Oh, that's the problem. The amount of litter in the park, getting lost. Oh my god. I'm trying my best, dude. I've got like 1,000,000 handymen on it. And they can't keep the park clean. Yo, more nothings. Thank you for the 58 months. I wonder if you could mod Rollercoaster Tycoon. I mean, you can't, but I wonder if you could mod Rollercoaster Tycoon to where you were like controlling the guests as if they're StarCraft units. That'd be kind of funny. I don't know what you'd do with that, but I can kind of just envision it. You've got a bunch of the guests and you're like directing them to go places. You have little Rollercoaster Tycoon people. I appreciate it a bunch, though. More nothings. Hope you're doing good. The ball as well. gonna spam handymen to clean up, like, everything. Hopefully, 23 handymen are enough. It really should be enough. There's just gonna be some chunk of path somewhere that's, like, totally disgusting. Oh well, even with all the complaining, park rating is still over 900, so we're totally fine. We just need 600. Yeah, 1,400 guests with a park rating of at least 600, and we're gonna easily have that here. I'm gonna pay back the loan. Check this out. I'm gonna be debt free at the end. Wow. That's all my ads running out. Everyone's gonna, like, start leaving now, but it's still gonna be over 400. We're fine. We just have to make it another 2 weeks. Are people still riding? Yes, people are still riding this, even though I jacked up the price at the start of the scenario, which is a little sketchy. Weirdly, no one is riding the red one, though. Look at how the yellow and the orange ones are completely full, and the red one is completely empty. Why is nobody on the red one? That's weird. Now there's people on the red one. There's like a whole formula that dictates how much you should charge for rides. I think that a good ride you can charge a ton for, and then you have to, like, lower it over time. I really can't be bothered to, like, min-max the pricing, so I always just set it to, like, $5, and then $5 is good for any roller coaster for 3 years. I think even $6 is good for any roller coaster for 3 years. The thing about these is that they're, like, technically built before the scenario starts, so they start already old, which affects their pricing. So I think I set them to $3. I set them to $4. And it was just like, well, whatever. I don't want to think too hard about it. 4 is plenty. Absolutely nobody is riding this. Literally no one. Customers 0 per hour. I'm not paying that much. Oh. I think I overcharged for this at $350. Look at how few customers it's had in its entire life. Popularity 0%. Total customers 154 in its entire life. Meanwhile, this coaster has had 1,820 customers. What a pathetic ride. I built this thing and nobody rode it. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to save before the scenario ends. Because here's the thing, right? If you save like this right before the scenario ends, then you can always get back that thing on the main menu that says you beat it. And I do want to keep messing with that to see if I can try to get my original progress back. So I'm going to make the save like this. Kind of annoying, the whole, like, I don't even really know. If you wanted to fix the guests getting lost in this scenario, you would have to actually just, like, rip out the entire park and rebuild it. I don't know any other way you could possibly fix that, just because it's so, like, tangled in here. and like everything is so hilly. So I feel like when you play this scenario, probably everyone just deals with lost guests the entire time, and you're just constantly getting spammed by it. There you go, GG on the scenario. Very exciting. There you go. How many we have? Yeah, the number was going back down, but we're totally fine. But there you go, that is that. What was that? Scenario number 23 out of 86 done. A little tricky in the middle there, but you know, it all kind of goes the same when there's a guest goal. Like, eventually you start snowballing money, and then you just spam roller coasters, and then you win. Really lame that we lost all this progress. I feel like it was like somehow, because like I imported all the save files and stuff. I really have no idea why it like knows that I don't know why it doesn't know that I beat these. It's really annoying to me that that's not done. I like lost all my progress on that, but there's the one we did today. Gotta get through all of this. Apparently these ones are the good ones, the loopy landscapes ones. We might have to just start mixing those in, or like alternating or something. I think there's about the same number. If you look at the scroll bar is the same size, so I feel like there's gonna be the same number in these two expansions, and maybe we can just like alternate them, something like that. But I'm gonna stop the timer. That is that.